How about now? Shit, I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh, you can hear it now? Okay, cool. The thing was turned all the way down. When the cat knocked it over, yeah, it fucked it up. Oh god, what am I supposed to do about this? They say look down, look up, look this way. What I was going on about when nobody could hear me was that these glasses are so terrible for glare that I don't even know what to do about it. It's just a fucking nightmare. Like if I tip my head up like this, then there's no glare, but that's not my natural position or whatever, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Ugh. Shit. I don't know why it bugs me so bad. Use the light for that smoky effect. What are you talking about? Anyway, since everybody's here, we'll go ahead and start because I'm having a complete and utter lose freak out attack over this. Like the classic news interviews. I'm gonna try tipping it down. Tipping that up. That's a little better, I guess. Looks like I have circles under my eyes so bad. What I need to do, and I've said this before, and it sucks. I need to sit down and really, I need to get some different lighting and actually sit down and place the lighting in the right position. But the thing is what's glaring on my glasses is the computer screen. And so for me to, yeah, see, this isn't too bad here. As long as I keep my head tipped a little bit to the side. Oh my God. You know how I am. I'm such a nervous Nelly. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, anyway. So tonight I wanted to talk about the biggest loser dork killer that I've ever come across. And there's something about this guy. See, I can't read that because it's, yeah, I know, but I'm really self-conscious about just even showing myself and just all of that. And so it's really distracting for me. Maybe I should position the camera and then shut it off so I can't see myself, even though you guys can see me. But then how obnoxious is that to have somebody sitting there talking and all you can see is their glare on their glasses the whole time? Thank you. So we got this kid, and it's Randy Stair, and I'm sure just about everybody probably knows who that is. Yeah, I think so too. I'm just, like I said, I'm having a hard time. Now I cut my head off just like members of A-Team that I can think of. Hands in there. Okay, let's just turn it. You can see my quote-unquote haunted painting in the background there. That's the one that I found in the wild, and I bought it at a thrift shop. So, Randy Stair. God dang, where to even start with this dildo? He was born in, shit, I forgot the year. It was September 17th. I don't know why I remember that date. I actually took notes and have the notes this time. Yay. He was born in 1992, which, Jesus, he's 10 years younger than me, or he would have been 10 years younger than me. His old crap, the YouTube content. Yeah, I wasn't going to go too deep into it. He did have this kid was raised in basically a normal middle class. No, his parents weren't abusive. His mom didn't dress him in her clothes or anything. He had the most normal upbringing. most normal upbringing you could think. God damn. And he just went off the deep end. But he started off making videos with his little toy animals. Just, yeah, totally a suburban life. Like, he lived in a small town. His parents liked bowling, just all that kind of stuff. Thank you. But I'll get it right someday. It's just I need to get new stuff, and it's just all crap. Oh yeah, Sean is very familiar with this story. It looks like, but so yeah, he actually had quite a few when he started making YouTube content. He actually had quite a few videos that were pretty popular. I haven't actually seen many of those. I've seen like clips of them where it was just this stupid toy little frog that he found at Walmart in a shopping cart. And then he had like a whale that was a stuffed whale. And he just made all these ridiculous little videos of him playing with these toys. And, that didn't get, it was popular enough. Like by now he would have, I don't know. Some people said they're pretty funny. Yeah, I watched that video. Thank you, Lewis. That was great. The Mr. Medicare video didn't really add too much that I didn't already know because I'm so familiar with this case. But it sure gave me some laughs because between Mr. Medicare and the podcast True Crime Kent, which had a 2-part episode podcast about this case, they came up with the funniest stuff. And so that's really funny. But this kid, he was making content. He wanted to get famous. And he just, I don't know, at some point in his life, he started turning into something else besides just an innocent YouTube wannabe creator. And so at some point, okay, unfreeze yourself. Stop. He found, okay, I'll just skip right to the Danny Phantom thing. Like, he found this Nickelodeon cartoon that was semi-popular so many years ago. He was also hoping his YouTube content would help make him popular, which he had the same charisma as Chris. I think he was not quite as bad as Chris, because Chris is like, I don't know. Chris is just like dead. Randy was creepily fucking weirdly animated, but Chris is just like a parody of a person. It's almost like Uncanny Valley when you're talking about Chris. He's not even really like a human being. It's like a parody of a human being. But so this Danny Phantom thing, he got obsessed with one character, a minor character on that show by the name of Ember. He was all in love with her. He thought he was her soulmate and stuff. And so he took this obsession with Danny Phantom and he turned it into where he made his own content of a character. His original characters were like Mackenzie, and I can't remember the last names of them. It doesn't matter. It's just cartoon characters he made up, basically fan fiction. And he had some animations, none of them that weren't too terrible. Like he actually hired people to do voice acting and character drawing for these characters. But he got to the point where he was so obsessed with these fictional characters, and he made a fictional character for this. He called it Ember's Ghost Squad, or like EGS, Ember's Ghost Squad. And they were fictional ghosts, girl characters who were like supposed to be teenagers or whatever. And I don't know. It was just weird shit. So the character he wrote for himself was called, and this is a female ghost character, and the character's name was Andrew Blaze. Andrew, typically in our culture, where I was born and raised, is a male name. And so adopting the name Andrew as a female ghost is kind of weird, kind of creepy almost. And, oh, see, that's better. This is much better if I set off to the side. So, but he got to the point with all of this where he really thought and he really believed that if he died, there's something on my microphone or there's a spot on there. He thought that if he died, he would cross dimensions and become Andrew Blaze, this female ghost cartoon character. And I didn't download any pictures or audio. A lot of these videos are on YouTube. You can find them all fucking over the place. The True Crime Kent podcast actually fed his voice into an AI, and it is so scary. Like, they had this AI reading his journals, and it sounds just fucking like him. I almost shit my pants the first time I heard it. And yeah, that's totally bizarre. So give that a listen. It's True Crime Kent. They're pretty foul. Kent makes a lot of, like, I'm surprised they're not canceled because Ken makes so many like terrible jokes that are, but I like it. I think it's funny. And they relentlessly troll this kid even after death. Yeah, spoiler alert, he fucking dies. And I'm not sad about it. So you got this kid, and he's sitting in his fucking parents' basement. Like, he did have intelligence. He was on the honor roll like every single time, and he graduated from high school. But then his parents, like, they wanted him to get a job and go to, do something else. And he's just like, he just wanted to sit down there and fuck around with his cartoons. And he was a brony. I heard somewhere he was a brony. I mean, I guess I can't really talk shit. I like a lot of kids stuff too. Like, I like Disney movies, but I don't know. There's something about the bronies that are fucking weird. So he's obsessed with these ghost girls. Then he became obsessed with the Columbine shooters, like, the Klebold and Harris, those two gay wads. And like, that's your idol, really? That's your idol? School shooters? Why don't you idolize somebody fucking like Albert Einstein or fucking, I don't know, literally just about anybody else, Oh, he was a total incel. I don't want to bring the dwarf? Oh, he definitely did. Oh my god, he definitely hoped people would cry and emulate him. He even had, like, one of his last videos, he told his parents to give all of his posters to his fans. What fucking fans? Nobody liked you, He was stupid and lame. So he emulated these school shooters. Oh, shit, I have a lot of notes on here. They're mostly in order, though. And it's funny because if we were just sitting here and it was just like me and Lewis and Dea sitting in a room, I could just spout off every single detail of this case and then some. But I get weirded out in front of the camera, so we got he had a car crash that killed one of his brother's friends. Wasn't even his friend. He didn't really have too many friends. I mean, he had a couple. And then he got in his own car crash, and so he's saying that this, like, did something to him, that it like, traumatized him in some way. I don't know. That just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Wannabe butt buddy to Klebold and Harris. That's what I literally wrote on here. That's funny. So he thought that if he could, and I'm kind of minimizing a lot of that because he was, I don't know, he was just into, like, this Danny Phantom thing. It consumed his entire fucking life. And then he started hating his parents because they wanted him to get a job and blah, blah, blah. It's just, oh, Russia has all kinds of fucked up stuff, Deus. Yeah, you got your chessboard killer. You got Chikatilo. My God, I can't even touch that with the fucking 20-foot pole. Oh yeah. The sauna shoe shit. In fact, that is what, and I'm gonna put my notes down for a minute. I'm gonna digress a tiny bit because it's relevant to this stream specifically. Because I was watching the Gino Samuel Chris Chan video that was posted this morning, and I saw Chris Chan channeling Randy Stair, and I lost my fucking shit because there's something about this kid that just he sets me off, man. And oh yeah, I'm getting to that, Sean. Yeah, Chris definitely needs some fucking Jesus because first off, channeling dead people in general, channeling them, that's just fucking weird and gross. Channeling a fucking mass murderer, I mean, he had 3 total people that he killed, like they were victims in this case. Like I'll use that word for these people. And and then the girl that he traumatized, not to mention his parents, probably his whole town was just fucking rocked by this. Like there's no crime there. Like it's is that okay? I just reached for my coffee cup and it muted me. I didn't even touch it. All right, so what Sean was getting at in the comments there, and I hope you don't mind if I use your name. No, that I think that the Vladiv is. I can't even. I'm crappy with that. The maniacs, the guys with the hammer that like killed a bunch of people on camera and stuff. I think that was Russia. I'm not sure. Okay, so Chris Chan and his channeling this guy, it's just fucking gross, and it set me off a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? That's some bullshit. And so I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, Randy Stair triggers the shit out of me. I'm gonna fucking stream about him just because. I don't know. Like I didn't want to talk about him. I don't want to glorify him in any way. I don't like. That's part of the thing about talking about these cases is that people will always remember it and keep bringing it up because we're bringing it up. And these things should be allowed to fall into obscurity so nobody fucking remembers them. But then again, like, I just want to remind everybody how fucking uncool that this guy was. Like, he's no one to emulate. He's a fucking loser. So I'm gonna kind of go back to that. Even though he had this ghost alter ego, and he started wearing his mom's clothes, which is cool, not your mom's clothes, but if you want to wear girls' clothes, that whatever floats your fucking boat. And then he thought his parents should realize that he was something, because he actually says that he's, number one, he's not gay. He hates gay people. He specifically says that. And even if he was, no, we don't care about that around here. But he had this like weird. Sorry, I'm still obsessed with this. He had this weird like how do I put this? It's like he wanted to be. He had like not gynophobia. It's shit. What's the term? Gynophilia is where he's like in love with femininity and wanting to be female, but he didn't want to be female. It was kind of like, it reminds me of Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. Like, he thinks he's a transsexual, but he's not. And so he straight up says, like, I'm not a woman. He said he's a girl trapped in a man's body. That's true, but he didn't want to be a transsexual. It's just, he's just, he didn't fucking know what was going on. This kid's brain was a bag of cats, man. Let me put this over here so I don't touch that microphone on accident, even though I didn't the last time. So he started wearing his mom's clothes, blah, blah, blah. And at some point, he decided that he was going to, like, end his life so he can go be with his fucking weird cartoon ghost girlfriends and get and this, again, true crime Kent, he said he wanted to get that ghost pussy. That cracked me the fuck right up. And I'm just reading down through the notes because I had him in pretty much the right order. He mentioned school shootings a lot. I'm surprised he didn't. I mean, he wasn't in school anymore, and I think that's the reason why a regular Ativan ride might have mellowed him out. Yeah, it probably would have. He needed some therapy so bad, but then I don't know. He wouldn't have went to it unless it was court appointed. I don't think. I don't know. So he decided he was gonna kill himself so he could go be with his fucking weird ghost girlfriend. So what he did, and he recorded this. This video is very popular. I've seen this on YouTube multiple times. Yeah, Night Shroud. I think he went to college for a while, but I don't remember that part of it. But he actually video, and he was doing YouTube videos all this entire time, and he was talking about shooting places up and killing himself and all this crazy shit. Yep, that's true, Sean. He hated therapists, and he said that would change who you are, and it's not being true to yourself, and all this stupid shit. And I don't know. He obviously never had therapy because that's not how it is at all. So he videotaped himself doing this coin toss. Okay, so the coin toss was it was a quarter, and he said, best 2 out of 3. If it's heads, I kill myself here at home, and then nobody, and just do it myself. But if it's tails, I'm going to shoot up the supermarket. And so he flipped, and I can't remember the order. I know the very last one. Oh, the first one was tails, and then it was heads, and then the last one was tails. And you can see, and I wouldn't put it past this fucking loser to rig that, not necessarily the coin toss, but like, how many times did he film this video before he got it his way? Was he planning it? Well, like go shoot up the fucking supermarket and then go home and blow his brains out at home. I don't know. He definitely, you could see he wanted to do it. And if you watch that video of him when it comes up tails and he's like, that means there will be loss of a human life aside from my own. He's like got this weird fucking gross grin on his face, and he's so creepy. He even looks fucking creepy. And he bought shirts that had the same sayings on it that the guys who shot up Columbine had. Like, it was just he was just a fucking weird, gross dude. Let's see, what was the next point that I made? So, and yeah, you can see these videos. His channel is not there anymore, but they're everywhere. He's literally as bad at Chris, and at point blank distance, he targets with the shotguns. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then, like, I guess he was a really bad shot. Like, some of the videos it had of him shooting, and then he was, like, holding up his gun and licking it and stuff, and I'm like, dude, really? That's fucking gross, man. Okay, so he got that. So he gets ready to go to the supermarket, and he films himself packing up the guns. He went to the supermarket, and that's Weiss Supermarket. And shit, and I forgot the name of the town already. Well, whatever. And he goes to the supermarket, and I just watched this one today. It was 59 rounds. He had like 200 and something. He fired off 59. And I've been listening to this shit all day, so that number I know. But he was walking. I'll get to this. And he actually went to the supermarket and made a video of like looking at the exit doors and talking about how he's going to put pallets in front of them and all this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty gross. So he had these 2 pistol grip shotguns, and he actually named them Mackenzie and Rachel after his ghost girlfriends, his Ember's Ghost Squad, fucking posse, whatever he fucking weird shit. So he goes around. So the day of this, he emails a bunch of people and makes a final video for his parents. And posts a bunch of shit on YouTube, takes pictures of himself, emails his animators. Oh, and he had like a final project he was doing. It was supposed to be like, and then the animators and the voice actors dropped out when they found out what it was about, because it was supposed to be like, it was titled like the West, I can't remember the exact name of it. I want to say Westboro, that wasn't right. Something school shooting. And they were like, no, we're gonna fucking nope out of that. And he was all pissed about it. And so you could see the point if you watch that video, his last major fucking project. You could see the point where the animators dropped out, because it's just these little like stick figures. So it goes from this pretty smooth, good animation to little black and white fucking stick figures. It's so stupid. Looked as bad as you think it is. Yeah, it was unfinished and looked as bad as you think it is. Yeah, that's 100%. It's so bad. So laughable. Like, what a fucking loser. Yeah. Not drawn or colored. No, and it wasn't. It was really bad. But then, like, he's living at his parents' house, working part-time at the supermarket. Where's he getting all this money to, like, pay these animators and these voice actors and stuff? Anyway, I digress. So, on the night of June 8th, 2007, that doesn't sound right. 2007? Was it 2017? If he was born in 92, then 2007. That's fucked up. I fucked up the dates on here somehow. Anyway, it was June 8th. He went to work on the 7th. It was a night shift. And it was him and 4 other people in the store. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. Like, that's weird. If you don't include Randy, his shot accuracy was 5%. Well, it's yeah. Well, he went around and shot a bunch of other stupid shit too. But yeah. So he went to work that day, and while he was doing his shift, nobody was. They were like overnight stalkers. Nobody was paying attention to each other. He went around the grocery store and barricaded the doors, and then he went out to his car where he had his guns. He took off his red shirt. You can see pictures of him in his red shirt. He got his guns out. And then, so he had these 2 shotguns, but he only used one of them. He had the other one as a backup. He only actually fired one of the guns. And I don't know which one he used. Probably Mackenzie. That was the girl he was more obsessed with, even though, yeah, I don't know. It's like, none of that makes any sense. It's a fucking bunch of ridiculous bullshit. So he put on this black lipstick and black eyeshadow stuff all around his eyes. And he goes back into the store, and he goes up to, I guess that one of his coworkers' names was Victoria, and I had to write down the last names. It was Victoria Brong, and she unfortunately does not survive this. And another coworker named Kristen, and I didn't catch her last name anywhere. I didn't look it up enough to write it down. He goes up to Victoria and Kristen, and Kristen had her earbuds in, and she heard a popping sound and then like a thudding sound. And she looks over, and there's Randy standing there like he had shot her. He had shot Victoria. And she was like only shot a couple of times, and then he, like, while she was watching, he shot her a third time, like in the head or in the base of her neck. And then he looked at Kristen, and they like locked eyes for a few seconds, and then he turned and walked away. And so she's like crouching there by Victoria, and Victoria is like, she's technically kind of still alive, like she's still moving and partially breathing, but then she like doesn't anymore. Like she died. There was no way to save her. He had basically just, he had destroyed her. And so Kristen starts like sneaking around the aisles, and she pulls out her cell phone, and she's like, so she calls 911. And yeah, there is actually, this is all caught on CCTV or whatever. That is considered some lost media. There are short clips of him like walking around in the store with the guns, but a lot, they're not going to show the part where he like fucking blows their heads off and stuff. God, that's insensitive when I say it like that. It's when he's doing the murders. So Kristen calls 911. She's freaking out, and they told her, try to get out of there. So she does end up going to one of the doors and ends up knocking the barricades off and gets out of the building. And she's outside hiding in the bushes. And that was Kristen, not Victoria. I think I just said the wrong name. Victoria has unfortunately passed away at this point. So while Kristen is outside hiding in the bushes, a veteran by the name of Brian Hayes was another coworker that was there, and Randy walked right up to him and just blasted him and took his life. And so everything that's kind of speculation, like the third person who was Randy's main target he fucking hated this guy, was Terry Sterling. And that was, I believe, his night manager, and he just didn't like him. And all this is in his journals and tapes, and there's so much. So much. Yeah, the only person who got away was Kristen, because it was only those 5 working in the store that night. And so he shot Terry Sterling in the back, so that everybody kind of assumes that he was trying to run away when he got shot. And so Kristen reported that she heard a lot of shots just being fired out here and fired out there. What Randy was doing is he was just going around the store and shooting whatever. Like he shot some propane tanks, like maybe he thought they were going to blow up. Like he just shot a whole bunch of random shit. And he fired off a total of, hi kitty, 59 shots, including the one that fucking took his own head off. So he made his way through the store. He's blasting a bunch of stuff. The cops are on the way. And he goes over, for some weird fucking reason, of all things, he goes over to the deli section, sits down on the floor, puts the barrel of the gun in his mouth, and blew his fucking brains out. And I actually read the Jesus Christ, the autopsy report. I read that today, and that was the first time I had read that. And I don't have it pulled up, and I don't have what I stated. I actually put this in the Discord earlier. It said something like it was a intraoral gunshot wound with occipital exit wound that was 5 by 4 inches. I remember that specifically. 5 by 4 inches exit wound. Occipitally, which means like in the back part of the skull is where the occipital lobe is. And with a what was it? I can't remember. Basically, he blew literally all of his fucking brains out. And unfortunately, he had to take other people with him. I mean, if he's going to kill himself, he could have did it at home. So he left, he blew his brains out. And the coroner's report's pretty fucking... Oh, he had also had, and I just read this today, I just found this is new for me. He had a lot of diphenhydramine, Benadryl, in his system, like enough to be considered an overdose. So, so there's that. I mean, and that was interesting that he had this big amount of Benadryl in his system. Oh yeah, so he voiced in all of his things that he was intraoral shotgun wound. Yeah, I got that. One thing that they did find, and this is something, and I want to, this is going to be terrible, and I'm going to make fun of him for it. When they did the autopsy, they found that he had a black bra and purple panties on underneath his uniform. Now listen, I don't know if you're gonna do like his shit didn't even match, bud. Like if you're gonna do some big colossal thing, at least make sure that your underwear and your bra fucking match, man. Like for some reason that is the icing on the loser cake for me. Like that's how you know this dude was the biggest fucking gay wad. Like like if you're a chick and you're going on a date and you're expecting to get down, your shit matches. Like that's just how it is. I don't know. There's some that it literally was just the thing that I'm like, he was trying to be goth. Dude, he wasn't anything. He wasn't. I have so much disdain for this person. Like he's not even. He tried so hard to be scary and edgy. He is a fucking edgelord, and he wanted a ghost pussy and just all this ridiculous shit, and none of it made any sense. I hate gay people, but I want to be a ghost girl, and it fucking I can't even with it. It's so ridiculous, and it reminds me of Chris Chan in a way because he was obsessed with like crossing the dimensions into this animated world, and ultimately he took the lives of the three people: Victoria, Brian, Terry, and Kristen. I'm sure is fucking traumatized for life. But as far as Randy Stair and his ridiculous bullshit went, I'm going to quote Stephen King out of context for this with 3 words that he uses a lot. No great loss. So, I don't know, man. Like, if for some crazy reason Randy Stair ever could hear my words, I can't even, like, fuck you, I'm glad you're dead, you're stupid, and I hate you. And that's all I got to say about him. I mean, I can't even, like, because that's not all I have to say. He's so ridiculous. I can't. And then he wanted people to emulate him. Nobody wants to get fucking laughed at. That's why I'm on here mocking his ass. Like, he's infamous, but not in the way that he would like. Like, he's not a hero that people are looking up to and they want to be like him. Like, don't be like him. That's stupid. Like, we'll laugh at you too. I don't know, man. Like, I could get a lot of that's weird shit, like crossing the ghost dimensions and everything. Like, if I knew somebody like that, I'd just be like, okay, buddy, like if that's fucking weird, but I'd be like, whatever. Yeah, don't be Randy Stair. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Like, don't be like this fucking loser. Nobody likes it. It's gross. And he was pitiful. And yeah, I'm petting the cat here. You want to say hi? Hi, kitty. She doesn't like being picked up. She's kind of an antisocial kitty. I mean, she likes the attention, but she doesn't want to be picked up. So that's all I have about Andrew Blaze, a.k.a. Randy Stair, and his poor parents. I feel so bad for them because, maybe they should have known more about him in the sense that they didn't know. I mean, he even says he was shaving his body every 3 days, and then he started like leaving his razor laying out, and nobody noticed that he was doing all this weird shit. And so I kind of feel like maybe they should have been paying a little bit more attention, but he was also a grown-ass man. And so they weren't monitoring him at the point of the killings. He was a grown-ass man. So they weren't monitoring him as much as a lot of people say they should have. I think by the time he got to that level of insanity, he was a grown-up, and so they just weren't that focused on it. Most people suck. A lot of people suck. Some more than others. Randy Stair, he sucked the big one. Even though he swears he wasn't gay, he still sucks the big one. And that's pretty much the end of that story. and I don't know why he fills me with the utmost disdain. He's not the most horrible person that I've ever talked about, but there's just something about him. Every time I even hear his name, I'm like, oh fuck, this guy, this fucking guy, fuck him. You know, I don't know. He just fills me with the most disgust. And I said, that's why I said today, after the whole Chris Chan channeling him thing, like, I'm going to talk about him on the stream because he incites such an emotional reaction out of me of disgust and just fucking annoy. I'm annoyed that he even fucking ever existed. Like, he needs to just drop out of existence and bring the 3 other people back because 50 of him weren't worth one of them. He had no humanity. That's true, and but was that born? I mean, if his parents, like I said, he had the most normal upbringing. Like, his family was not rich, but they weren't poor. His parents didn't abuse him. He didn't get put in a closet with Uncle Diddles or anything like that. He wasn't bullied in school to an extreme. I mean, everybody gets bullied at school at least a little bit. He was just, something went bad with him. Like, one theory that I heard today that I hadn't really thought about was that maybe in that car accident he had some sort of brain injury, and obviously they couldn't look at it on an autopsy because it was splattered all over the fucking deli cabinet. Maybe was this like a sort of Chris Benoit situation? Obviously the kid was fucked up before everything else, but was there some sort of brain injury that predisposed him to violent actions? I don't know. Or was he just a fucking bad person? Was he just born that way? I don't know. I internalize a lot of stuff, but I'm not fucking wacko and gonna kill people. Like, I don't know. So if you're gonna take that kind of energy, all the hate and the rage he had built up inside of him, fucking use that. Use that for something productive. Put it into something else. I don't know. Like, the question was, do you think one singular incident would have done that? Depends on the type of brain injury. Sometimes there's a lot of, like, let's say he had an injury to his prefrontal cortex. That has a lot to do with our personality, impulse control. I have humanity. Well, that's true, but, like, I used to be, and God, anybody who knows me IRL can tell you, I used to be this fucking, before the term emo existed, like, I was pretty much like a goth kid. I hung out with the punks and the goths, and I was all like, I just fucking hated everybody. I hated everything. Everything was shit. And sorry about the background noise. Now the kid's wigging out. But I don't know. I think at some point in my life, I just kind of paused for a second, and I'm like, this isn't working. This is not working for me. Like, I got to do something else. So I tried to take that energy and put it into something productive, I guess. Like, if the world sucks so much, can we not make it suck a little bit less? I mean, is that a possibility? Like, once he became adult, he was in the deep end, and that was the beginning of the end. And I kind of reflect on my own life, and I kind of see how something like this could have been possible, even for somebody like me, in some way. But instead of, like, taking out my anger externally, and I don't know, like I said, I felt like if the world sucks so fucking much, maybe I should do something to make it not suck so much. And that's what I tried to do, and what I still try to do. And I found, yes, thank you. I found a little bit more happiness by trying to make the world a better place instead of a worse place. And I think that we could all kind of learn something from that. Not necessarily from me, but if you're feeling like the world sucks, is it off again? Because it's still lit up. I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you still hear me? That's weird because it's still lit up blue. And I don't know what is going on with it. The cat is like walking around in here. I don't know what's going on with the mic because it's the few times it's gotten shut off, it was still lit up. So I don't know what's going on. We were all awkward as teenagers, and Randy never grew out of that. Yeah, and it's like it almost reminds me of, and here I'd like to preface this by saying that I'm putting my phone over here. I am not a psychologist or psychiatrist. I've had some classes in psych, but sorry, I have a hard time getting comfortable, so I move around a lot. Stop being a troll. Stop being a troll, kitty. But I think he was having some sort of like gender identity crisis where he wasn't quite sure what he wanted to be. Like I said, he said he was a girl trapped in a boy's body and all this stuff. And it is a house full of trolls. The dogs, the cats, fucking everything. Everybody. The kid. I'm probably the least trollish out of everybody here. If that's saying something. Now they're out there getting on to each other. Like I can hear Tony out there, go, do this. But yeah, I don't know. The world should suck a little bit less, and that's and so I don't know why I have this like not infatuation, that's not the right word. This such a strong interest in all these horrible things. Part of it is trying to understand why people act this way, why they do what they do, what goes wrong, where do the wires get crossed. In some cases it's fairly obvious, like I don't know, the people who like their moms like threatened to cut off their dicks and tied them up and did all kinds of horrible shit to them, and then they grow up to be serial killers and they hate women because their mom did all this weird shit to them or making them dress in girls' clothes like Charles Manson. I don't know. So I don't know. Because some people do have pretty much regular upbringings and they're still bad. Boston made a video. Uh-oh, I don't know how to share that shit on here, dude. Let's see if I can figure it out. Let me go here and see what I can find. Okay. Subscriptions? Oh, I don't. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay. Pause. Let's see. Full screen. I'm gonna go back to the stream because I'm not sure. You could just play the audio. I might be able to get it. Present. Share screen. This one. And share. And then make it big. And play.
Hey there, Gigi. Boston here. It's been a hell of a weekend. I had to go back to ground zero of the targeting Richmond, Virginia, to help a buddy of mine out. That's what you do when friends need help. You drop everything and you go help
cool.
them.
Oh, I can do this.
What you don't do is you make them break sobriety
because I can't hear
and
it
get
at
drunk
all.
just because you're alone. But I digress. It's not the point of this video. The point of this video is twofold. One, I was so happy when I was walking through the terminal at LaGuardia and my phone vibrated. I pulled it out of my pocket and I saw a notification from you that you interviewed one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. What a coup for you, George. What a coup.
Pull it up on my phone.
The Rock not taking your calls
I have
anymore.
no audio for the YouTube.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a little better.
Shh, quiet, phone.
Not liking you anymore, Gigi. It's a hell of an interview you did there. I made it not even 4 minutes before I just had to stop because it is obvious you did absolutely zero prep work. None. And could you have picked a worse picture of you two to act as the cover photo for that video? That was you guys look like a homosexual Laverne and Shirley. But I digress again. That was not the point of this video. The point of this video is this. I was in Richmond, me and some friends, and I emailed you, didn't hear back, invited you guys for drinks, didn't hear back, told you where I would be at your father's grave in the morning, emailed you, dropped a pin at my location, didn't see you. So do you remember in that email I sent you that you didn't respond to that I was going to go meet some friends, some new goon friends at VCU for lunch? Because VCU isn't too far away from the Airbnb I was staying at. So I did just that. And one of them pulled me aside in private when it was over and gave me some information. George, Jamie wasn't the only one, was she? Sleep on that one, George. Have a good night.
Oh, it's auto
Sleep
playing
on
my
that one,
own
George.
shit. That's weird.
Have a good night.
Stop sharing. Okay, so that was weird because I had no audio on that at all. I think it's because when I have the mic plugged in, it doesn't. I think I have to get a pair of headphones. I don't know. I don't know how all that works. So I didn't get to hear it. Everybody seems pretty happy about it, so I'll consider that a win. I don't know if I do any of that kind of content on here, but somebody suggested it, and I said, "Fuck it, why not? Let's do that." Oh shit! Man, I don't know. Palate cleanser.
Boston's saying he found another woman that George did something to.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you could hear Tony screaming from the other room. He said Boston said he found another person that George supposedly something to. So that's pretty crappy. Like it just gets fucking better and better, or worse and worse. Yeah, and I can't hear anything. I don't want to play it because I haven't watched that yet. I'm going to, but I want to be able to hear it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could play Lewis's video. I just won't be able to hear anything. Is there like a port on this to plug in earphones or something? I'm bumming out. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, no, everybody should go and check out your channel. Shit, and I don't know the name of it right off the bat. I mean, because I'm like subbed to you, so I don't have to know the name. If you want to put a link to your channel, like in the chat, everybody who makes shit, put links to your channel in the chat. Like, plug the shit out of yourselves. It's good because everybody makes great stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I see friends or friends who have videos going on or whatever, I'll pop in and do a review. I can't really think of anything else to talk about, which is funny because when I'm in other people's chats, like I could chat and chat all night, but I'm trying to fill the empty space here and drawing a total blank of things to talk about. It wasn't improvised, so I don't care about that. Like, look at me, dude. I can't improvise worth a shit. Like half the time, even when I plan out my stream, like all my notes and everything, and uh, I don't know. I get all these pauses here, and then I forget to like bring up points, even though they're in the notes, and I can't get comfortable, and I can't stop fixating on how I look, like with the glasses and everything. Not so much what I look like. I mean, this is what I look like. Everybody fucking knows what I look like. But, like the glare is so distracting. If not during the week, this weekend for sure. That's cool. That's cool. What are you planning on doing? Like I was thinking about learning how to do the Jackbox so that I could run some game streams if nobody else is like. Because a lot of the time on my days off, or especially my nights off, I'm here by myself. Well, everybody's here, but they're asleep. So I'm like walking around the house, fucking bored, nobody to talk to, and that's my like most awake time of the day is like pretty much right now. And so I get almost like really social. Like this is the time when I have the most energy, and I don't know. And it's like I'm an extroverted introvert because I don't. It's like I want to talk to people, talk about stuff, but I don't want to go anywhere to do it. Like I don't want to meet new people. I don't like meeting new people. I don't know. It's so weird. Uh-huh. So that's pretty much the end of the actual content. Oh, I need to make some people moderators. I don't remember how to do it though. Let's see what I can do if I can figure it out. GTA 3 is not the other. Yeah, I didn't watch that either. I'm like, nope, I know what you're talking about. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna, nope, that's a no go. So if I select a person, what happens if I select a person? Put user in timeout. Nope, let's not do that. Um, what do I? Can anybody tell me like what I can click to make people moderators? Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Well, that's okay. It doesn't matter. What if I hit the star? What happens if you hit the star? Hmm. Click next to the username. If I hover over it, it just says show. See, like there's data. So I, no, I'm on Streamlabs or StreamYard. StreamYard. No, it should be on the right hand side. Yeah, when I drop it down, it only gives me the option to. It only gives me the option to person. Yeah, the three dots. And when I click the three dots, it says put user in timeout or ban user and delete their comment. It doesn't give me like an option to make moderators or whatever. That's pretty crap. What's this up here? You are live. Yes, I am live. Oh, let's look over here. Settings.
Something else.
Yep. So edit. Try the top right hand side of chat. Okay, I got comments, banners, brands, UG goes, yeah, he's in the bathtub right now. Sometimes he yells through the wall like he's, he's and that was why I needed to do like a practice live stream to kind of figure this stuff out, and I just never get around to it because I have no fucking motivation. I have no motivation to do shit. What's a brand? Brand colors, logos, overlay, StreamYard, video, blah blah, background music. Oh, this is all Eugene settings on here. I'm not fucking with that. Private chat. Yeah, so I mean, I know there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. And, maybe if I right click it. So, I mean, I'm not overly concerned about the trolls. It's not that big of a deal. In fact, like the content, the main content of the stream is over. So most of this is just like us just bullshitting around. So I'm just trying to figure out how to make moderators so I can have other people help me kind of like. Sorry, I'm just clicking on all little things that I see up here as far as what to just a little like just playing around with it a little bit. I don't know. Does anybody have any burning issues that they want to talk about? I'm trying to figure out if this black dot is on my camera or if it's fucking nuts. All those little things, those little things. What's private chat? Oh, shit. Hi, Katie. Well, I guess that's all I have for tonight, guys. I'll probably just go ahead and bounce out. There's nothing really going on. Okay. I'm gonna turn the camera off here. I gotta figure out how to do it. Yeah. Okay. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah, that's books for Moses. Ooh, hi, Mom. No, get out. Okay. For my comment in there.
Sorry about that, guys. Tony was actually showing me how to do it. No, because I didn't have the Streamlab thing or StreamYard thing open. I didn't have my YouTube channel open. I had the StreamYard thing, since that's why I couldn't make moderator. So now I can go through and that dog is wild. That dog is utterly ridiculous. And now I'm gonna add some moderators here because that's just what's up. So yeah, this is all just channel shit. Oh boy. Dang, all of a sudden my eyeballs just got really tired and I slept. I'm not even sleep deprived today. You guys are seeing me at my having slept in this. Alright, so that's I got some moderators added on there. That's good deal. Alright, let me get out of this. Okay. Tony didn't close the door when he left. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're done. I don't know. It's like I want to do something, but I don't. And then I'm fucking Whoopi Goldberg here. Like, what the fuck is that?
Just leave it and I'll change it. I'll make sure to change it back.
You don't have to change it. I was just like,
I'm gonna change it back because there's other stuff in there. Just trust me on that.
Okay, okay. There's a cam back. So that's my haunted painting back there that I showed earlier. Yay, cursed painting. Yeah, I don't know. Tony, that's some Tony thing. And then look at all this. Oh, it's pretty dark in here. I'll give you a little. Don't mind. It's kind of like hoarded out in here. That's a bunch of my journal making stuff that's really messy. And then that's the beading cabinet that has all the beads. No, I'm not very interesting at all. I don't care. Bunch of Stephen King shit in the case. Giant conglomerate of books and crafting crap. And then there's the window that the cats have utterly destroyed the blind. And yeah, so I need to get a new blind up there. Cats are fucking stupid. More journaling stuff, more Stephen King stuff, Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, up with the broken blind. That's about it. That's about it. And then, so this is kind of like my office. I call it my studio because it's where I like make all my shit. So supposed to have haunted paintings. Yeah, and I actually said something to Tony about getting copies of these haunted paintings, and he's like, "You probably shouldn't." And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to anyway." Because I mean, I found that one in the wild. Like, I didn't order it online or anything. It was at the thrift shop. Well, not the thrift shop. It was like a collectible place where people like price antiques ridiculously overpriced, and I don't know. I just saw it sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I think that's one of those paintings. And I looked it up and it's not exactly because the supposedly cursed one, it's called Love Letters. And I can't remember the artist's name, but it was a reproduction of, I'm not sure. Sinister? No. Sinister was like the dude and they moved into that house and he found the box of tapes in the attic and then he watched them and it was something like I don't know, like, and then like Bagul or whatever came and like I don't know. Yeah, that's a pretty good movie though, and it was actually pretty scary. I only watched it the one time. It was one of those, like, once you know the end of it, it doesn't really. It's not that it's not worth. It's not that it's not worth watching again. I just, dude, no, Deus, no, nope, absolutely fucking no, not even a little bit. That movie, like, and it's weird because that movie fucked me right up, man. And it's not even rated R, but it, like, the first time I saw that, it just fucked me up. I saw it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. It used to be a like a tradition, kind of tradition, a long time ago to go see movies on like Christmas and Thanksgiving. And sorry, I was just looking at chat. But something about that movie just hit me right in the fucking brain, and it screwed me up. Like, there's been just a few movies throughout my life that really just like hit just when a movie hits me in that way, it like really does. And The Ring was like the worst one ever. I don't think I wasn't a night owl then. I was sleeping at night, but then I couldn't sleep at night, and I waited every time the phone rang because it was an old school telephone hanging on the wall, and it like every time somehow the dog got stuck in here. The fucking dog is in here. No dog. The original Ringu, for some reason, I didn't think was as scary. Maybe because I saw the American version first, and that one fucked me up so bad that I couldn't. I don't know. It really fucked it. I can't describe why. There was something about that jump scare in there, and you know the one I'm talking about, where she's like, they're at the funeral, and the mom, I think it's the mom, says, "I saw her face," and it jump scares you with this noise, and like it shows her face, and it's all. I'm like, holy fuck! That fucked me up so bad. I actually, and here's some oversharing for you. I literally saw a psychiatrist like 2 months after that, and I don't care. It wasn't just for that. Everybody should have mental health checkups. Let's put it that. Checkups. How would my dog troll you? Well, she tried to lick your balls. That's one thing. But that was one thing that we had talked about, was that, like, I saw this movie and it really just jacked up my brain. And she said something about at that age, there's some sort of weird connections going on, and it just like cross-wired. It was some stupid weird psych shit that I never heard before or since. I don't know, but other movies that really, really bothered me were, well, the first time I saw The Exorcist, that scared me pretty bad. And I was like 17 at that point. And it wasn't the possession specific element that scared me so bad with that, because, see, now I'm getting self-conscious again. The possession thing, like, the thing is that people that get possessed, as a rule, are people who believe in possession. You ever notice it's always the Christian people that get possessed? It's never like just some random dude. It's usually like a young girl. I mean, I guess it can be guys, but it's usually just like, I can't really describe it. It's like a young girl who's religious to an extent, or to an extra extent, like with Annalise Mikel. She was so I don't know, like, people who don't believe in possession or who aren't religious in that way don't tend to get possessed. It's not really a thing. But there was just something about that movie and some of the imagery that they used was very disturbing. A more recent one that I really enjoyed, and I've seen it actually like 4 or 5 times at this point, was Lake Mungo, Mungo, Lake Mungo. In that movie, it was kind of a slow movie. It was shot documentary style. I believe it was Australian. It was about a girl who drowned, and then kind of like what the family goes through afterwards. And it had a couple of weird twists in it that weren't necessarily horror movie twists, but then some of it near the end is just things happen. There's some disturbing imagery in there, and what she sees prior to her death scared the fucking shit out of me. Like, I literally, when I know that part is coming, I have to close my eyes to it. Like, I can't watch it. And still to this day, after the first time, I have not seen that again. That part of it anyway, because it was pretty scary. But there are other movies that I think about a lot that didn't necessarily scare me, but I think about them a lot. Shit, I froze myself. You had a near-death experience? I need to have you come on my show and talk about your stuff. I think I remember hearing about this once before, though. I mean, maybe I am getting people mixed up. Sometimes I do that in my mind, or I forget a lot of things. So, yeah. The movie Audition gave me a nightmare, and I think it might have actually been sleep paralysis, which I've never really had. Because I had this... I woke up and I was laying in my bed, and it was night, and I couldn't move. Okay, yeah, because I remember you talked about, like, going to some house, and, like, there was some stuff that happened there. The dog is whining, trying to get out of the room. Marla, quit it. Come here, Marla. Come here. You want to show... Nope. She's gonna knock everything over. Well, there's one of the stupid dogs. Oh, God. This is what happens when you get the dog in here. She's so... Ugh. Wow, this is amazing. Hi. And then I dreamed that the girl from that movie, and if you've seen Audition, there's a woman. Yeah, she's cool. She's a nice dog. She's a good dog. She's a big stupid dog. But I dreamed that she was, like, running into my room, like, holding up the piano wire, like she was gonna get me. And I couldn't move, so I think it was sleep paralysis, and it was very realistic. So that was something. That was something else. But I don't tend to have sleep paralysis or anything. I don't even usually have nightmares. Yeah, she's a lab. When Eugene got her, he thought that they advertised her as a half German Shepherd, half boxer. And then as she started aging, we're like, that's a fucking lab, dude. Like, come on, dog. And she's very big and very awkward, but very loving. She's very big. Hi. Yeah, my dog decided to crash the room here, and now she's just in my face. But such is the life with animals. You got cats, dogs, lizards now. There's lizards now. Fucking lizards, man. From Richmond. An authentic lizard from the good state of Virginia. So, and then she does settle down. Any bearded dragons? No, it's actually a fat-tailed gecko, and his name is Fontaine. It's actually pretty cute, and yeah, now she's knocking shit over with her tail. Oh my god, this is not the room to have this big giant dog in here. Yeah, I love her though. Oh, here comes Tony, and then when she jumps up, she's gonna knock everything over. Ugh.
Let's go. Come on.
She's not gonna go.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on.
Okay, go. Ugh. There, got her.
There you go.
Oof. Damn. Ah, my god. Yeah, she actually, the chair I'm sitting in, I need to get a new chair. She ate the shit out of this chair when she was younger, to the point where it's like there's not even fabric on the side of it. There's just, you can see that's the arm of the chair and my weird foot, and then the foot part of it is like all, well, I guess you can't see it, but it's like all ripped out, torn up. Fucking dog. Yeah, she does. She'll crawl right in the bathtub with you. And hyperactive is the understatement of the fucking century, dude. So yeah, so I'm sitting here in this chair that has no cushion in it anymore. She tore it all up. I need a new chair. I'm trying to get my job to like sell me one of their other chairs because they don't use them. They're just fucking sitting there gathering dust. But yeah, I wear this shirt a lot. It's one of my favorites. That's from the Dark Tower. But you can't really see it that well. But yeah, the lighting in here is terrible. So I have a lot of things I want to work on. Camera angles and stuff. I've noticed if I angle the camera down a little bit, see if I can get that speck off of there. That might be in the computer. So yeah, oh yeah, she is so hyper. It's ridiculous. I don't even know. I mean, she's kind of settled down. She's not as young anymore. I mean, she's young, but she's not like a little puppy anymore. So, yeah, now I got everything all fucked up because I keep moving it around. But, so yeah, that's my messy room. I don't know, I need to go through all my stuff and yeah. The cat is now clawing the chair. So it's kind of like a little snapshot into. I don't spend a lot of time in here because everybody comes in here and knocks shit over. I also don't want to like feel like I'm ignoring everybody else. So, and there's like bad feng shui or something in here. Yeah, it's not the cursed painting. Maybe there's not enough cursed paintings. Maybe we should get a couple more. I actually looked for a printout of the painting is called, and I want to say it properly, so it's called Man Proposes, God Disposes. And it's one that's in it's actually very large in person. And it's in a British college or some sort of British university. And it's pretty much a picture of polar bears like ripping apart a couple of dudes. They actually cover it during exams because everybody there is so convinced that it's cursed that they won't let it. It's become tradition. It's become tradition to cover it during exams. So yeah, I shouldn't move the camera around because then now I have a hard time getting it back to where it's supposed to be. So but Yeah. Not really a whole lot going on. Just trying to think of because I have all this stuff I want to talk about, and there's a lot of it. But I get here and we're live, and then I'm like, well, what was I going to talk about? I thought about doing. I thought. Oh shit. I thought about doing like book reviews, or like yeah. I can't right now with that. But I thought about like each stream taking a different book, and yeah, that tickled me really bad. I don't usually laugh out loud like that. I thought about talking about a different book each stream, or I don't know. I have a lot of different ideas for different kind of content that would be, most of this other stuff wouldn't be live, it'd be pre-recorded. And that way I could edit it and not feel so self-conscious being live, especially when I'm like freezing up and all that kind of stuff. I was listening to the Dr. Amir Goon profile of Mad Eye today, and that was really, really good. And Mad Eye is just amazing. He's so funny in real life. And dang, I forgot what I was going to say about that. But he's really funny and really nice. Really. Maybe I'll take a look at that. There's a podcast about eccentric people, and it talks about like a lot of public access people. I can't remember what it was now, but there was, I don't know, pre-internet, everything was so weird. Like, and I was a younger person. Like I started going online when I was like 16, I think, maybe 17. And so I was more of a kid then. I didn't really know about a lot of this stuff, but like Shut Up Little Man, that kind of stuff is so fascinating to me, about how things, like you think about how hard it used to be for things to, hey Boston, it's a pleasure to have you in here. Content's done. It's been a shit show like it usually is, but whatever. Okay, that's weird, Sean. Yeah, that's definitely strange. All right, we'll talk to you later, man. Thanks for coming by. I love it when you're in here. So, I was talking about Mad Eye. Miranda. Yeah, we played your video. I couldn't hear the audio of it, but that's okay. I think that like he has so much, talking about Mad Eye again. He has so much, my God, charisma. I don't even know what to call it. He's so funny. Like, and then he talks about how like he didn't really have friends or something, and I'm like, dude, how did you not have that many friends? You're like so fucking fun to be around. Like, you're so awesome. Yeah, shamelessly plug your video. It's all good. Put a link in there, whatever. And I don't know. I feel like all the people that we met at GoonCon were so cool. And I was really awkward about meeting everybody. And especially like the first person that I met was Boston and Mel. And I couldn't even, I couldn't even make eye contact. I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Like, and yeah, I had a, see, and I don't have that many friends right now. Like, what in the holy righteous fuckballs? I know this is a big, like, bouncing from here, bouncing to there. I was just like, I don't know, because I'm not used to meeting new people. I'm really awkward around people. And so I was just like, hey, how's it going? And then it's like, after meeting Boston and Mel, meeting the rest of the people was like really easy because I realized that these people are super cool. Like, Deus was there, fucking just as cool as shit. And then his wife, Katie, was just like, and like she was like literally my fucking twin. We almost look alike. We act alike in some ways. I mean, she's not as awkward as I am, but we like a lot of the same stuff. We say the same stuff. Like, it's just the most bizarre thing in the world. Like, wow. Like, driving around like with her was super, super awesome because I don't meet a lot of people that strike that kind of chord with me. And, you know, and then it's like, the starstruck thing, like, everybody, it was really cool to meet people that are online. And I'm gonna got a question keeps asking about y'all's marriage. What, did I miss something? Oh yeah, because I can't. Oh shit, what was it? Oh, she told me that I still don't know if I believe her. She says that she has the Terminator Skynet edition with the fucking skull bust and everything. And I'm like, that's it. Because I was telling people, like, I really want this so fucking bad. And she's like, oh yeah, we have that. And I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm like, you're gonna marry me now, right? Like, the guys can come along. Like, get the fuck out. And she's like, well, it's a little sudden. And I'm like, nope, that's it. That's it. But, oh shit, I can't remember what I was just, he'd hate me because I have sexy time. But the person that star strikes me the most, and I haven't actually met this person in real life, but I've talked to this person quite a bit, is fucking Sean. Like, I've watched so much of his content, and like, in my mind, I have him built up to this like super fucking celebrity. And I can hear myself talking in the other room. Please turn your volume down. And every time that I talk to him, I'm like, I can't believe that he would like waste his time like talking to me at all. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much, Boston. That's where it is. Like, how did I get so lucky to fucking, it doesn't matter. Your content's great. I'll watch your old shit. I don't know. Like, how did this person fucking lower themselves to the level of talking to me? And then Tony's like, oh, he's a really cool dude. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not denying that. Right? Jumping down the stairs in a vegetative state. Bullshit. That's because Kubrick is dead, dude. There you go. That's right. But don't stand too high up because you'll fucking break your leg again. This cat is so affectionate. I wish he liked to be held. Well, I'm not sure what ideas there are for more streams. I plan on doing more streams. I know it's a little bit late today, later than I usually do, but I was like, maybe doing it later would be better than not doing it at all and doing it awkwardly and badly. Like, because I keep saying, I'm going to get a new fucking webcam and I'm going to get a new lighting thing and I'm going to set up a spot with an actual like background and blah, 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 blah. And then I just never, it always seems like some last minute thing where I'm like, I'm going to go stream in like 20 minutes. And then it ends up being like 2 hours later because everything's all fucked up. So, come on, kitty. I got about 7,000 craft things going on that I need to be working on, and kabuki looking thing. Yeah, I need to probably set everything up to where I know, like, and get everything